Hello and welcome to The View, child. Yesterday was some news-making time. Sherry, when we were talking about the governor of Carolina yesterday, you mentioned that he might be busy. And it turned out to be right. The governor of South Carolina, Mark Sanford's whereabouts have now been solved. He admitted he went to Argentina to see his mistress.
Yeah.
And here's what he had to say in a press conference yesterday. Take a look.
It began very innocently, as I suspect many of these things do, in just a casual email back and forth, in advice on one's life there and advice here. But here, recently, over this last year, it developed into something much more than that. And as a consequence, I hurt her. I hurt you all. I hurt my wife. I hurt my boys. I hurt friends like Tom Davis. I hurt a lot of different folks.
Now, Sherry brought up a great point.
You know what really bothered me is the fact that he said he's married. He goes, I hurt her, meaning the other woman. Number one, I hurt the friends.
Right.
I hurt my boys, and then I hurt my wife. So it's like the boys and the wife are behind the other woman. That bothered me a lot. It really did.
But are you surprised that, I mean, obviously his priority is this other woman, and it has been for at least what we know of now as 1 year. I mean, she's obviously his priority.
The
so
friendship
it's not
developed over
The
in
thing
8
about it
years.
is, why does it have to travel for a girl, a woman? Most of these politicians, the woman comes to you. Spitzer, Clinton, they come to you when you're a politician. Schlepping to Buenos Aires. Why?
Because you notice nobody knew about it for a good year. The press didn't know. Nobody knew. He was out of the country.
I think we get a tan tracker on this guy. I want to know how long he's had that tan, and then we'll understand how long he's been with this woman.
Spray that up.
I'm going to go back to pictures for the past 8 years and say, when did he get that great tan?
The girls in the background. When
Yeah, but I was like, what are those girls smiling for in the background? They were just grinning.
But who are all those people? And what did he yell? I'm having a press conference.
I know.
And suddenly there was a crowd of people.
Yeah. Well, one of the questions is, why did he take questions and answers? Why didn't he just make a statement and go? But, you know, there are all kinds of ramifications.
Why do you think he did?
I think that there was just this compulsion to talk. You know, a few weeks ago we had this discussion about the difference between men and women. You don't see women, I mean, maybe they're doing it, but we haven't seen a lot of women doing it. And I kept saying, sex, sex, sex. This is, you know, there is this...
The women are doing it too, Barbara.
But
it's just that the politicians are attracted to a politician.
We haven't heard about it. First of all, there are these emails. Why you would send an email?
Oh, I have a good one.
I could digress and say that you have the ability to give magnificent, gentle kisses, or that I love your tan lines, or that I love the curve of your hips, the erotic beauty of you holding yourself, or two magnificent parts of yourself. Yeah. Oh, my dear.
Now, these came from the newspaper. We should tell you that these were sent to, they were sent anonymously to the newspaper.
By whom?
I didn't send them. But I think perhaps maybe
like, hey, my husband, here's all my husband's emails. You know, think maybe?
It's possible. What happens now? Has the lieutenant governor made a statement?
No, this is the story. He has 1 more year to run, and he cannot run again.
Right.
So here is the question. Do you give up your wife, your children, and whatever career that you have? And by the way, he's already given up being the head of the governor's conference, I think it is.
Right. Republican governors.
The Republican governors conference. But in order to have him, if he didn't voluntarily step down, he'd probably have to be impeached if you want to get rid of him.
Right.
That would take almost a year. Do you do this for love? Are you the Duke of Windsor doing this for, or do you say goodbye?
He has term limits.
Well, he's got 1 more year, and that's
he's done anyway. So he might as well just,
you know. He's got a wife and 4 children and some kind of a career. Do you give up Argentina for this?
Well,
wait, just let me finish my sentence. For love. For love.
He already chose.
He
left his job, he left his wife, he left his kids.
I haven't finished. He has not. We don't know that he went down there to break up. Does he give up the love and go back to the wife and the 4 children?
Or does he keep that with the other woman?
But he went down there to break it up. Did he? We don't know.
Yeah, he said he was crying for 5 days. What kind of crying were you doing for 5 days?
I have to read you something. Wait, listen. Barbara, this is one of the letters that struck me very funny. She wrote, I had lunch there in the restaurant on the beach.
This is the girl, this is Argentina.
Maria, her name is. Maria. I sat under a palm tree and ate a mixed green salad with grilled abacaxi and honey. In the afternoon, I sunbathe and read on the beach. I've started reading The Age of Turbulence from Alan Greenspan. Now...
That's your boyfriend.
Barbara has dated Alan Greenspan and has been to Argentina. I'm just saying.
Wait,
there's some connection here to you.
That's
Can I also
this
add-
year I went for 2 days to Argentina. Don't ask me what I was doing there.
I just got to add this. Did you notice?
We're concerned with, not how.
Did you guys notice that his wife was not there with him? Because normally, I think all the wives are just like, because remember Elliot Spitzer's wife, she looked so pissed.
No, but she has already separated.
I know she already separated, but it was also too.
Why don't we take a look? Because Governor Sanford isn't the only person that this has happened to, particularly elected official. Here's just a few of the politicians caught cheating. Now, you will notice that what you said there were no... Yes, I was going to, but I was trying to let Joy have her song.
I was singing.
Yes.
Here's a story.
But, yes.
Of a guy named Sanford.
No, here's a story of a cheating politician.
But
why do we trust him?
I think it's interesting. I don't know how many times you guys have maybe broken off relationships with people, but it's not easy to do. No. With all of your good intentions, you go up and you want to say, look, you put it for this guy, this is a midlife crisis.
Yeah.
This is his menopause.
Get over it is what I have to say. Get over your damn crisis and stop cheating on your wife and make a decision between your wife and this other woman. Don't hang on to both for a year. We've got 4 sons looking at you as a disgusting poor example. This is hideous. Make a choice. Make a choice. Be a big boy.
He did make a choice.
Be a big boy.
He went down to Argentina. We think we don't know when Maria's going to surface.
Oh, they're going to have a picture of her today.
Maria.
I'm telling you, they are going to get a picture of Maria. They are
suddenly that name.
You mark my words. They are going to have a picture. If somebody's not out there, they're knocking on all those doors in Buenos Aires like Jehovah's Witnesses. They are going to get a picture of Maria. I'm telling you.
Yes, and it's a good thing because we can really then set fire to both people. We can continue to set fire to the family and make sure that the point that I'm making is you know, this can't be easy for them. This can't be easy. I mean, I mean, just imagine, what would you do? I mean, think of the dumb stuff that we have written to people. Just mushy, dumb stuff. Sure. And if somebody like us got a hold of the material and started reading, you would feel as big as this.
But you know what would be?
I feel sorry for him. Am I the only one who feels a little sorry?
Can I just say one thing?
I just wanted to put a period on it, then I won't say another word. Go ahead.
No, but we haven't discussed the fact that also, too, he was the one that called for Clinton's resignation because he said something like
that was coming up. There's a whole thing that
just hit me so hard.
He didn't have sympathy for President.
Lie is probably the biggest harm, if you will, to the system of democratic government, representative government, because it undermines trust.
He wasn't suntan then.
No, he was not suntan.
Hand tracker.
This is the point. When you have a public life and you make a misstep and someone catches it, this is what happens. And you think after 9, 10, 11 folks doing it, that they would figure out. Now, I'm very proud of both he and his wife because I didn't know about this for a good 6, 9 months. I didn't know their relationship was in trouble. I hadn't heard a thing about it.
You know, the thing
I just want to say, so maybe, you know, maybe now that it's out, they know this is what's going to happen, so they're okay with it.
Can I just say something about infidelity?
Sure.
I really think it's very hard for people to stay faithful over a long period of time. People get married very young. Years ago, we would die at 40. So it wasn't an issue. But now we're living to be 85, 90. People didn't get divorced. They just bit the bullet. Now, you're in a relationship. The sex starts to wane. You start to get, the kids start to get on you, whatever. And then you look around. This is what happens. And I wish that people would just accept the fact that this is a reality. You can't just be judgmental all the time against people. Everybody is in it. We're all in it.
Joy.
The French have a different way of dealing with it. Americans are puritanical about it. This is real.
Joy.
It's like sex.
Joy, no one's denying the fact. No one is denying the fact that this guy is a dirtbag. We understand that.
Elizabeth.
No. I'm sorry. This guy actually, we should forgive him for being a big dirtbag.
Forgiveness is
I'm not saying it's great, but just be careful. You never know. Don't spit up in the air.
I think